Hi everyone. So I thought I'd do a vlog today. It's one of my first ones, so we'll see how it goes. Got lots to do in the fish room today. I got lots of cleaning of filters, moving a lot of fish around. So I thought I'd kind of take you guys around and see how it goes. Because I'd love to do live videos, but I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, so I can't do it live on my phone. I can do it through an app on my phone, but I can't see the comments. I kind of have to look at my computer screen on my laptop while I'm trying to film, look at questions, type them on the computer. So it doesn't work very well. I will continue to try and do it once in a while. But for today, I thought I'd try this format out and see what you guys think. And any questions you have, anything you want to see in the future, put the comments down below, and I'd love to show you. So yeah, one of the things I'll be doing is moving some more fish into this 10-gallon rack that I set up on my last video you saw. I'll show you a couple things that's going on since the last video. So I got some babies going on up here. So this female up here, she's just getting ready to drop all her babies from her mouth there. So all the ones that you see are from that female in the back there. I'm just going to get one more feeding into her, just to get her all fattened up and make sure she's well rested before she goes back in the tank with the other males and females. So this here is actually, it's marketed as a shrimp cave I got from Aquarium Co-op. So I put that in there so that way the babies have somewhere to hide. You know, if one of the females gets a little bit aggressive, they have somewhere to go. I've done this many times in the past. Letting the females spit out their fry naturally, you're going to get way better success. You're not going to get as many losses in your tumblers. Sometimes you still have to tumble because the females will swallow the eggs of some cichlids, but these West African type fish are pretty easy going. These are from Mirror Lake. See if the male's fired up, and I'll try and show him off later on. What else we got? Bottom row, we moved in our koi metallic endlers is what I purchased them as. But as you can see, they got one that's kind of more of a silver with a little bit of blue male. Quite nice. And I got another male up here. Camera will zoom into it. There he is. A little bit of a red color. So not really koi-ish. It doesn't really have a lot of color on the head. A lot of the babies I'm getting so far, actually. Not sure if it's going to show up. Where did it go? There's one in the back there. It's not going to show up too well. But it's basically what I'm getting so far on the males from the next generation. Just about a solid red line to the middle of the body. So I'm going to keep working with this line and see what we get. And then we got our koi tuxedo guppies in here. I had in the rack in the other room, so it's a little bit cooler. That rack's just outside the main fish room, so it runs a little bit cooler than inside the fish room. So now I got this rack set up, I was able to move them in here. Got an auto feeder on them, so get more up to size on them. And then just finished cleaning and sorting one of my 40-gallon breeder tanks. I just moved my Williams Eye North out of here. So it's just the Lawsonite that are left in here. Added another sponge filter, so that's why it's floating right now. And then I moved all the Synodontis catfish that are in there, which are going to be right in here. So this tank here is still going to be a little bit dark. So I'm just in the process of thinning out all the Bacopa up top. So yeah, all the Williams Eye North are in here. It's a nice strain. Once I get some more of these plants thinned off, you'll see a little bit better. But they're more of an orange fish with the traditional blue lips and a fair bit of blue to the body. But yeah, so we got Synodontis petricola in here and Synodontis piedariatus. So this is the tank later on. You can see it's all cleared up now from moving the fish out. The Lawsonite is settled in quite well. There's actually a mouthful in there now. Two males are sparring in there right now. added some salt to help with the wounds from the sparring. Also got some Kobu Afra that are in here. Used to have a group of them, and I kept a few back. And then, so I got all the Bacopa thinned out up top. Left some in the one corner and some in the back corner of this tank. So now you can see the males quite well. See how orange that they are. That's a subdominant male. That's the big dominant male just sticking his head out and coming back out. Oh, there he goes. So I just want to show you guys what the tank looked like once all the Bacopa was removed and water quality was a little bit better, or water clarity was a little bit better. You can see the actual fish. The next thing I'm going to be working on is just vacuuming some of the mulp out of this tank here, my ribbon fin guppies. And then I'm going to get my grater box out after that and finish sorting out the rest of the fish that I didn't get a chance to do the other day when I start filming the video for them. And then, yeah, get this all cleaned up, and then I'm going to start sorting fish out of here and keep moving fish, and I'll try and take you guys along as much as I can today. So this is how I python bare bottom tanks. It's just a piece of rigid hose. I believe it's 5/8. The hose is 5/8 from an old python. It's nice, it's small diameter, so you can take your time, make sure you get as much as you can or want. And the main thing is making sure, oh, get that snail, and make sure you're not sucking up any fry. So the bigger python tubes is just a little bit too wide for this. We'll also drain it too fast because we want to take our time and make sure we get as much of this out and avoid any fry. Always keep your hand on the hose there so you can pinch it to slow it down. It's going too fast, or just to make sure you don't suck up any fry. Oh, there's one right there. That's exactly what it means. I'm going to slow that down, let that fry get a little farther away, and just keep going. So one of the things I noticed when I was doing some manual water changes, this is a zone 2 that I have. So what this does is I just run this for a few minutes just to bleed off any cold water in the lines and to fire up the tankless hot water heater so the water is nice and warm for water changing. It does that for the auto water change system. This will run for 5 minutes each cycle. And I also can hit it manually, so I don't, again, do what I was saying there. That way, once it's nice and warm through the lines, I can just run it on my bypass before my filters. Alright, so just close that, so it bypasses the filters, and just straight water change and use water conditioner. So what I noticed on here when I was using it, there's a bit of a crack in the plastic here. What this is a pressure reducer. So this just drops it down to 25 psi, just so this tubing here, this irrigation tubing, RO tubing, can handle the pressure, but it's just better on the fittings, and I don't need a tremendous amount of water blasting down to the drain for that 5 minutes. This is really just to bleed it all off. So that just reduces the pressure to be safe, and mostly just so I'm not using too much water. So unfortunately, yeah, this is cracked, so I got to take this off. Already started loosening it, so I can do it with one hand when I'm holding the camera. And then I'm going to have to put you down and take this off. And then with everything going on, I can do a curbside pickup, but it generally takes at least 18-24 hours for Home Depot before they have my order ready. So I don't have any spares of this. This has been on here for over 2 years. So not sure what happened. Defect, over time pressure buildup. Take a look when I look at it, but for now I'll take it off and run it without and see if I can get away with it, at least for today, for tonight's water change at 9 o'clock automatically. And then I'll order it, and then I'll pick it up sometime tomorrow in between my work schedule. And yeah, and if I don't need it, I won't use it. But again, if I find the water flow is too fast, waste too much water, definitely gonna put this on as soon as I can get a replacement. So I'm not gonna bother filming this part, but basically just have to unthread it here, and then I could just put this straight on without it, and then see how it goes. If there's any issues, I'll show you guys. So I put the fitting back on with the pressure reducer and gave it a try, and oh yeah, way too much pressure. It's a good thing I was wearing a sweater, so because I just got a little wet. Anyways, because the line just popped right out of the sink and just started spraying everywhere. I was able to grab it in time, but my sweater got quite wet. But that's okay. It's better than the floor. So yeah, I'm gonna have to unfortunately take this back off, and leave the system off for the night. And then usually, if you order around this time of the day, middle of the day, you'll get it first thing in the morning. I've got confirmation pickups at like 6 in the morning. So yeah, if I can get up early, I will try and get that before work. If not, just afterwards. And so it'll miss its water change tonight, automatically. That is, and in the morning. Okay, so I've ordered that new pressure reducer from Home Depot. It was like $13 and change or so. Taxes I think was around $15.50, something like that. So the other thing we're going to do for maintenance while we're here is we're going to get our pool test kit out and test our chlorine levels. Oh, sorry guys. Make sure our filters are still up to par. So we got our dates on there for when they were changed last. So this is the first carbon filter, which is just a standard regular carbon block. And then we got our two granulated chloramine blaster cartridges. So they get rid of the chloramines and the ammonia, which we have both in our water. So we'll go ahead and get a sample. See how the filter is doing. So, turn the bypass back on for the filters. Let's let that run for a bit. Easy to get these caps back on one-handed. Okay. Cover this guy. Okay, let it sit for a few seconds, it says, and then we'll see what we get. Might get a slight reading because it's been February 16th for the first one, and then January 5th for the chloramine blaster cartridges. Okay, so we'll hold it against a white surface. Not seeing much through the camera. No, so we're good. On to the next project. Moving more fish.